Hello YouTube, and welcome to my first ever tutorial. In this video, you will see how to randomize Fire Emblem 6, 7, and 8 for Game Boy Advance. This is a very simple process, so let's get started. Your first step is to go to this website here. A link to it will be in the description below. You'll click this link and it will take you to a GitHub with the most current version of the program. You'll go down to Downloads and click right here and Save File. Next, you will go to wherever you saved your file at. For me, it was directly to my downloads, and extract it. Once you open it up, you'll see GBA FE Randomizer and Arch's Tutorial Slayer.ups. The .ups file is a patch file that the randomizer will automatically apply when you launch Fire Emblem 7 through it in order to remove the tutorial, which removes the scripted events that could possibly break the game. It also adds a second vulnerary in order to keep you from dying to the boss, as without the scripted events he could be much harder to beat. So once you load the program, you should see this. Click Browse and find wherever your game is located. For me, I will be using Fire Emblem 7, which it detects and automatically will apply the tutorial Slayer. So here you see a large list of tick boxes. The first one is Randomize Growth. It will randomize the growth of every character, playable, and boss in the game. You'll also see, if you go over this tooltip, which explains every single thing in detail, including how it actually factors the growth. So here you'll see growth variance, which means that when you put in this number, which will be an increment of 5, it will add or subtract this number to every single stat on their growth. You can also force a minimum growth of 5% or use weighted HP growths, which will make HP your most likely highest growth per character. Next, you have randomized bases. You can randomize the base stat of every character and apply a variance to it as well. However, I would not recommend doing this because I've randomized bases before and had a run where the first chapter on Fire Emblem 7 was unbeatable because Lynn's stats were so low and everything but luck that she literally couldn't even do damage to the boss. Next, there's randomized Constitution and Move, which do exactly what they would sound like. Here you can also randomize your affinity, but this doesn't really affect much. Then you can randomize items, which will change their might, hit rate, critical chance, weight variance, or weight of the weapon, and durability. And you can add a variance to every single one of these. Weight also has a minimum and maximum, and durability has a minimum, the same with hit and might. And here is randomized classes. This is the most important part of the randomizer, and this is what I will be using. Here you can randomize every character's class, including a bunch of tick boxes which allow for you to do even more. You can include lords to it, in which it will randomize the lord classes as well and add lords for other characters to become. You can include thieves, which is optional because maybe you want to make sure you guarantee yourself a thief. That way you have someone to use lockpicks for chests and doors. If you include bosses, it will add everything but a unique class boss, which would be most final bosses, to the pool. That will be randomized as well. If you allow unique classes, it means that it will add soldiers, dancers, if it's Fire Emblem 6 Manicheets, and Fire Emblem 8 also the monster classes and trainee classes to the pool for characters to become. And if you allow cross-gender, it means you can create crazy things like a male Pegasus Knight or a female fighter. Here you have increase enemy growth, in which case you can increase every enemy growth in the game by a set percentage, just like with randomized growths. You can set it so that it goes up to that amount or that exact amount, and you can also make it so it buffs bosses. Here we have recruitment. If you click reverse, it means whatever the last character in the game will be your first, etc., etc. So the very last character you would recruit would actually be the first character in the game. It's also possible to just randomize it so characters just randomly are peppered out throughout. When everything is said and done, you click Randomize. Now, it will probably take a minute on lower end computers. If you have a better computer, it might happen much quicker. What it is doing, especially for Fire Emblem 7, is applying the patch, though it doesn't do this for 6 or 8, and then it has to randomize every single character's classes, the weapons if you've marked that, stat growth, etc. Once it is complete, you'll have a notice that says randomized. Click OK and then exit out of the program. You have successfully randomized your game. So I will just test it out real quick on VBA. And now, as you can see, Lynn has been randomized into a wyvern rider. Wow. And Bada has been randomized into an archer. There was also no tutorial message, and you start with 2 sets of vulneraries along with the spear, as that is what it gave for the first weapon. So from here on out, it plays like any old Fire Emblem game, except everything's randomized. And since I lucked out and my first boss is actually an archer, it means he can't even counterattack. So I'm free to just kill him. And if you'll notice, lords still work like seizing, etc., etc. So that's it. It is a very simple process. If you like this video and would like to see more tutorials like it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And thanks for watching.